All right, y'all, welcome into the 48 Fastcast. That sun peeking through this morning. It's going to be a bit warmer today, so that's some good news if you are liking those warmer temperatures in December.
Yeah, beautiful start this morning and a beautiful day. We're going to see some sunshine, which we're all pretty happy about.
Yep. Thrilled. We saw a lot yesterday. It just never really warmed up that much. So day by day, we'll progressively get warmer up until Thursday. Thursday's our next weather maker. We'll talk more about that coming up. But some of you still in the teens this morning. This is not your wind chill, but just the actual air temperature. We don't have a lot of wind this morning, so your air temperature is going to match your feels like temp, but teens to mid-20s. It's still cold, but it's a huge improvement compared to yesterday morning. 5 to 15 degrees warmer in most locations. Now, we did have some frost develop overnight, so allow a few extra minutes to scrape off that car or truck windshield, and you are on your way to work or taking the kids to school here. I mentioned that cold front coming in on Thursday. That is by far our best chance of widespread rain. A few storms, too, and maybe some storms producing some lightning and brief gusty winds, but mostly just rain, even a chance at seeing some isolated showers as we go through the day tomorrow, but very isolated. Here's your rainfall forecast for Thursday into Friday morning. Most of you 1/2 inch to 1 inch of rain.
This is your 48 First Alert Road Report, sponsored by Bankston Motorhomes.
Taking a look at our roads right now, that slow stretch on 565 is starting to expand, so just be aware of that if you're heading from Decatur into Huntsville this morning. We have been tracking a wreck all morning. This is near the Woodville area. We are starting to see a slow stretch right here. Nothing too bad, but this is on Alabama 35 northbound at US 72. We'll continue to keep an eye on that throughout the morning. But here's a look at your drive times on this Tuesday morning. Decatur to Huntsville, 28 minutes. Athens to Huntsville, 28 as well. Gina?
Claudia, thank you. The Colbert County Sheriff's Office should be updating us later today on the identity of the 12-year-old girl who was killed after being hit by a driver. This happened yesterday near Woodmont Drive and County Farm Road. Sheriff Eric Valentine tells us the 12-year-old student had gotten off the bus shortly before she was hit. We're told the driver of the car did stay on that scene. Now, extra grief counselors will be on hand at Colbert Heights Elementary today to help any students or staff members who need them.
Marshall County deputies have detained and transferred 14 people to immigration officials. They were originally detained following traffic stops last week. Now, those traffic stops happened in Albertville, Douglas, Horton, and the Nixon Chapel area. Sheriff Phil Sims says those who were detained could not verify their citizenship status. We're told that 12 of the people had criminal histories for things like drunk driving, fraud, and domestic violence.
A Madison County construction worker was killed after a trench collapse yesterday afternoon. This happened at a site on Martin Road and Old Jim Williams Road. Investigators say the man was killed when the walls of the trench caved in on him. We're told prep work for a new neighborhood is happening there. Massive draining pipes are also being installed. No one else was injured in this.
All new this morning, 3 Lauderdale County residents are facing robbery charges. They're accused of hitting a man in the head with an axe handle and then stealing his truck. Christopher Atkinson, Tyler Willis, and Jennifer Atkinson are accused of robbing that man. Our media partners at the Times Daily report this happened Friday morning near the Underwood Petersville community. Jennifer is also accused of standing by while the 2 men robbed that victim. Now, the victim had a gash on his head but was not taken to the hospital. Willis and Atkinson are both charged with robbery and assault.
Now to a story you will only see on 48. A former Department of Defense employee has pleaded guilty to federal charges of mishandling classified documents. Eva Sizak removed top secret documents and took them to her Huntsville home while she worked at the Missile Defense Agency. Her attorney tells us the case went smoothly once the government realized this was not some sort of conspiracy, but rather a case of a woman taking her work home. Her attorney also says an important factor in the case is that Sizak is originally from Poland.
And I think probably one of the things that greatly contributed to them taking it as seriously as they did is the fact that even though Ms. Sizak is a U.S. citizen and has been such for a very long time, she's of Polish descent and still has a very, very heavy Polish accent, and I think people just jumped to a lot of conclusions that ended up not being correct in the end.
Sizak had been fired from her job. She will be sentenced next June. She could face up to 5 years in prison.
Well, still to come this morning, plans are underway to renovate Pisgah. What plans are currently in the works after the break?
New Pisgah Mayor Brandy Arnold has plans to develop the downtown area.
Yeah, that's right. And right now she is meeting with investors to bring several new businesses to the town. Arnold says the area has a lot of vacant properties that could be used to fill the town's needs. She says that in the past 10 years, a grocery store, gas station, and bank have all closed. Now she's working to bring all of those businesses back. Arnold says that she's been meeting with an investor who is interested in supporting the town's growth, especially since there are plans to build a big hydropower plant in the area. Arnold says the town currently isn't prepared to handle that growth that would come if the proposed plant is built.
So many things are closing, but yet we are preparing to grow. So we need these things back up and running. We don't want to see Pisgah eventually just be evaporated into cities around us. We want Pisgah to stand alone and people to want to come here and be like, wow, this town really, made a turnaround.
Now, Pisgah is only 2 miles long, but Arnold is looking to potentially increase the town limits. She says if the town were to expand, it would help increase their tax base. That money could then be used to invest in more businesses for their town.
Now, your first alert weather with meteorologist Eric Burke.
Cold start to your Tuesday morning. Temps right now teens and 20s, but a nice sunny day. High temperatures later on will reach the low 50s. Overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, we'll have more clouds building in. The cloud cover will keep temperatures a bit warmer in the mid to upper 30s. There's even a chance, future radar hinting at it, for the potential of maybe some isolated light showers, mostly south of the Tennessee River for late morning into the afternoon tomorrow, but the clouds will stay with us through the entire day. Into Thursday morning, you'll notice more clouds, feeling a bit more humid, wind picking up out of the south, gusting 20 to 30 miles per hour. Through the day on Thursday, through the morning, afternoon, we'll see some periods of showers, but the main event, if you will, is going to be a cold front, and that cold front will bring fairly widespread, more intense rainfall, but potentially some isolated storms capable of producing some brief gusty winds around 30 miles per hour. Behind that front into Friday, temperatures will be colder, 46, and then after that, we've got a lot of 60s coming your way. Temperatures will stay in the low to mid 60s all the way through Christmas. I can get back to that. I know I can. There you go. There's a look at your 10-day forecast. So yeah, looking forward to some warmer temperatures. Not everyone wants it to be close to 70 on Christmas Day, so any chance of a white Christmas, that is gone out the window, not happening.
Well, you will need the jacket for this morning, but later on this week, definitely can put it back in the closet.
Sure can. All right, y'all. Thank you for watching. We'll be on air with more news, weather, and traffic throughout the morning. Have a good one.